Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and cats, frogs and rats, and of course, everything in between. My name is Genocide, and let me do a little bit of a backstory for you guys. Bad Creepypasta is a YouTube channel. Excuse me, it's not a YouTube channel. It's a series by a YouTube channel, Michael Leroy. Highly recommend checking those videos out. They are hilarious. There's a great undertaking that they tried to get through, which was reading all three of the books that were written by none other than the man, the myth, the pedophile, Onision. And they could not finish the second book, This Is Why I Hate You. Needless to say, they have not even gone around to the third book. My aim here is to at least somewhat recapture the spirit and style of what they're doing by just having a bunch of friends together reading a shitty story and then just shitting on it as they go along, trying to recapture that same kind of style. I'm joined here with Saint Death and Krauser. Why don't you introduce yourselves, gentlemen?
I like reading shitty stories.
You struggle to string two sentences together, so this should be fun.
Yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun. Now I want to tell you guys a little something. So, Onision's other two books, because I think Krauser, you know a little bit about them, but Saint Death, you don't know anything at all. Is that right?
No clue whatsoever what contents they hold, and I'm very excited.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, so
They are the worst fan fiction I display of knowing.
So the first book is I can't tell you what happens in the book because there's not much of a plot to it, but I can tell you what it's about. It's about this kid in high school who's a super big emo boy, and he has a crush on this girl named Abby. The first book, it's called Stones to Abigail. He has a crush on a girl named Abigail. Got it? So the school gets shot up, and then Abigail gets really sad, and she becomes incredibly dependent on the main character, who is just Onision self-insert. A teacher gets mad at Abby because she got an abortion, and then the school burns down.
As they usually would.
Now you'll notice that there was no semblance of a plot anywhere in what I just said. That's pretty much what the book is like. There is no plot. The second book is. Oh, go ahead.
It's just an insight to one of the biggest megalomaniacs on YouTube.
This Is Why I Hate You is it's a story about a guy who hates people, and he's like super edgy atheist boy, and he hates his dad, and his mom is dead, and he paints his face to look like Skeletor. I'm not even kidding. He goes to school wearing a trench coat, and his face is painted like Skeletor, and he gets expelled because of it. So then he decides to join the Air Force, and he kills somebody in basic training, but for some reason he doesn't face any repercussions because of it. And then his friend in the Air Force ends up getting forcibly woo-hooed, and then after that he dies. You got all that? Does any of that make sense?
Makes a lot of sense.
Okay, cool. We're gonna be starting off here with
Yeah, Catcher Ryan has no. He got shit on this fucking show.
oh my god, dude. Catcher in the Rye. Pff, I spit on that. Reaper's Creek. Let me tell you, gentlemen, something. This is the pinnacle of literature, so let's just stop talking and get right into it. Also, the DocX doesn't work. I have to actually open it in Google Docs, which is all shades of bad. Ugh. Okay, so I'm going to start reading, and once I get tired or pissed off, or if my tangents get way too long, that's where Saint Death takes over, and he covers for me. Okay. So here's an author's note from Onion Boy, because of course he's going to do that. Before you read this book, I want you to understand something. All of my books, Stones to Abigail, This Is Why I Hate You, and now Reaper's Creek, they are not works of pure fiction. These are stories from my own life mixed in with my imagination. Many of the things told in these stories reflect on who I really was, what actually happened, and what was going on in my mind. Stones to Abigail represented the better version of myself. You know, the kind who would be young enough to have sex with underage girls and witnessed a school shooting.
Yeah, so yeah, right off the bat, he's going away with the fences. Oh, this is just a story. It's not the.
So
It's not fiction.
he pretty much just contradicts himself, saying,
Yeah.
Yeah,
"Now
he just
work
fucking
with
shot himself
church."
in the foot.
He's just
Many of the events in that book happened in real life as well. This is why I hate you represented the darker version of myself. Various aspects of that book were derived from my actual life too. But this book? Oh, this one is simply myself. Who I was both good and bad during the time the story takes place. As you read, I'll leave it up to you to decide what events really happened and what is a product of creativity. I'm going to call it now, absolutely nothing here actually happened.
I don't know. It all seems pretty nonfiction to me so far.
Okay.
What do you mean that Lisa did not have a fucking threesome with 2 hot girls in the military? Did he get kicked out of basic training?
Oh my god. Yeah, Jesus Christ. The best version of himself was somebody who fucked underage girls. Classic, dude. Classic.
Truly the grindstone.
Chapter 1, Welcome to the Creek. I was home. Finally. My father had taken me to so many places when I was in Ohio. He bought me so many things, but maybe that was just to make up for the missing child support payments. Everyone seems so worried about what their ex would do with their money, as if they are a completely different person than who they originally fell in love with. What? What made you trust them in the first place? And why did your trust suddenly go away because my mom left? What?
You mean?
I mean, the answer's in the question, let's be honest. Why did your trust suddenly go away just because my mom left you? You just answered your own question. There's no mystery here.
Mommy, why does Daddy not trust you?
Well, you see, son, it's because we got divorced. I couldn't hear much of anything over the furnace blasting in my ears. The tiny window at the base of the bed my stepdad built allowed me a subtle glow of light to peer in. I crawled over to the window to see my sister Joanna playing outside with our geese. She was happy to be home as well. Summer this year was strange. There was a girl there. When I looked at her, it felt like she was staring right through me. There was a girl where? Where was this girl?
He's there.
Oh, I think he was talking about his sister that he's probably gonna fuck.
Oh no.
When I looked at her, it's like she was staring right through me. Yeah, that makes sense. She had curly brown hair. Her parents were both from Latin America. She was so cute.
Oh no.
So Onision, I guess, is Hispanic. That's interesting. That's a great development. She was my favorite.
Maybe.
She was my favorite part of church every Saturday. What Saturday? What? It goes to church on Saturday. It's Sunday. Sunday worship. This man is actually too lazy to figure out what day of the week you go to church on.
Lazy bastard.
Let's not assume. Maybe he practices a different religion. Maybe he's Muslim. Oh no, wait, they go on Friday. Never mind. He's retarded.
like the best case you can make is Jewish because their day of rest is Saturday. That's their holy day. But at the day of rest, you're not supposed to leave your house. You don't go to temple on the day of rest. You don't go anywhere on the day of rest.
Yeah, but they call it a synagogue, not a church.
I said, did I say synagogue or did I say church?
No, you said church.
I meant to say, I meant to say a different word that was not synagogue or church. I don't remember what it was, but
it's something.
yeah, I knew it wasn't church. I just didn't know what it was called. At this point, she is my main reason to return next summer, as I have no idea what to do with my father. What does that mean? Joanna just says, ditto, whenever she talks to my dad on the phone after he says he loves her. I wonder if he has caught on to the fact that she says that because of the things my mom told her about her biological father. Things I think might be true.
Hold on. Let's remember something. This book is ridiculously horny.
Yeah.
It's horny right off the bat.
Right off the bat,
Yeah.
he talks about this Hispanic girl who...
Oh, this little brown girl, she's got me acting up.
Yeah, damn, this Latino 13-year-old pussy got me acting up.
Oh no.
Oh, no! We haven't even established how old she... Well, actually, you know what? You're probably right.
Yeah.
Like elementary, I think.
Oh no. Anyways.
I climb down my bed, hanging by chains over my water heater, washer, and dryer. That's right, I live in an 8x6 box. It sits by the kitchen in my 900-foot square home. But it's paradise here. Every night I drink Faygo, and for dinner all we have is Doritos and Mountain Dew. Nothing! I don't know. When I'm at my dad's house, I feel like I'm in some kind of cookie-cutter Christian bubble cult. Everyone is smiles. Everyone is doing... R? Wait, what? Everyone is doing R?
What is everyone is doing R though?
I think that might be an issue. I think it's a problem with the formatting.
You think that might be a code for something, and I don't want to find out.
No, I think it's because of the formatting. There's this giant page right here that just squares.
Yeah, this whole fucking format is ridiculous. Like, it took me a second to actually get to the part we're talking about right now.
I don't know. I feel, yeah, like, this is saying 13 out of 278. I think it's more like 70, like 75 or something. I see past them showing off their pearly ivory teeth every time they see me. They are hiding from themselves. They are still breaking many of the fragile people they encounter and are smiling just the same. What?
Who is he talking about?
The people in his dad's house?
He's talking about her parents, or
he's talking about
or just the people in town. I think he's talking about the people.
No,
in
he's
town.
saying when I'm at my dad's house, I feel like I'm in some kind of cookie cutter Christian bubble cult. Everyone is smiles. Everyone is doing something. I think he's talking about the people at his dad's house. But what the fuck does this mean?
Yeah.
They are still breaking many of the fragile people they encounter and smiling just the same. Why? What?
Yeah. That's why I said it's not gonna be the same, because like jumped immediately. Like, yeah, he was talking about these people, and then
That's still page 3.
He's wiping off philosophically.
It's still page 3 for some reason.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is gonna be a long night, isn't it?
Like, this is awful.
Yeah.
Like, it just says they are hiding themselves. They're
I
breaking
think that's just how he writes.
Well, no,
he just
but, like-
writes fucking bad.
Like, this doesn't mean anything. He's saying he's describing them in the most purple baseless like, he's saying this, what do we have so far to believe it, you know?
So, like,
This isn't brought up again in the future. I've seen reviews of this book. This shit is not brought up again in the future. What do we have?
What do you expect? Well, what do you expect from a thinly veiled fucking daddy issues rant? That's this
true. This book does scream daddy issues.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm honestly just rambling on because I don't want to put up with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's time for Detonator pickup now.
After this chapter, I want to survive a chapter. I want to prove my endurance to all the women out there who call me Quick Shot 2 Pump Pete.
Well, sorry.
Walking outside, my stepdad is my stepdad.
Because his real dad has
My stepdaddy.
His not his stepdad. His stepdad is working on making another bed with his bare hand. Wait, there's a tension. Never mind. Just like the bed he made me, the bed that somehow allowed me to exist with my own space in such an unlikely place. Whatever the fuck that means. Where would I be going to bed without the contraption he made me?
Shut the fuck up, you pretentious fuck! Oh my god!
Where would I be
This is
going?
annoying.
Where would I be going to bed without the contraption he made? I don't know. How about any of the other beds strewn about the house?
Oh,
In the bathroom? Or maybe we just hang a blanket from the ceiling with our little wooden front room. Whatever. Okay. Hi, Papa, I said as my stepdad chipped away. He looked up with his goofy mustache bending to his smile. Hi there, Greg! Oh! He said it. He said it. So, Saint Death, I don't know if you noticed, but Onision's name is actually Greg Daniels.
is it really Greg Daniels?
Yes, it is Gregory Daniels.
No, it's no longer. I think he changed it after the third book. And the funny thing is, like, he changed his name to the protagonist of the third book.
Yes, he changed the name. Yeah,
no.
yeah, that's what it is. So,
Wait, he literally changed his name to the fucking protagonist of the third book.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's fucking. Oh. Oh, I can't wait to get to the third book.
Oh yeah, this is the third book.
This is okay.
Yes,
I'm ready.
we're skipping the other two. We're skipping the other two because bad creepypasta. They couldn't finish it.
Oh,
This is the
Lord.
third one. I thought it was the second one.
No, no,
Yeah,
no,
I
no,
thought it
no.
was the second one.
Oh no! If we were reading the
Okay.
second, well, no, because like they stopped like right before the last chapter, so there's no need to read the second book. Basically, there's no need for it.
I think you gotta love this book. I just remember it. Yeah, my
Oh, I'm ready.
Yeah, my fucking brain just stopped working at the end.
Maybe
Yeah, fucking Greg. No, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but Greg becomes the fucking Marius of Mary Sue's.
he
Oh,
does.
good.
Oh, believe me.
It's kind of this story. It's kind of obvious, pointing out that it's a Gary.
No,
Sue
He's
character.
the Martiest Marty Stew to ever Marty Stew on planet Marty
Oh,
Stew.
no.
Listen to me. You will not see this shit coming. Like out of nowhere, it just fucking changed.
It
Oh
just
yeah,
hap-
it
it just
is
drops.
so
Okay.
retarded. Yeah, it gets insane.
Oh, I'm ready. I am ready for This is Reaper's Creek, right?
This is
I'm ready for Reaper's Creek.
who wants to play Greg's stepdad?
I'll gladly play Greg.
Yeah,
Stepmother.
let Daddy Isaiah fucking play.
Hey there, Greg. I'm making this bed for your cousin Rod.
I smiled and replied, "Oh, cool." Oh, by the way, Isaiah, that was your only line.
Oh, cool.
And thought about what he was getting out of it. My stepdad had so much time on his hands. Maybe he was putting food on the table, or maybe he was just trying to be everyone's friend. The problem with friends is that they aren't bound to you by blood. There is no promise they will never go away. Sometimes I feel like my real friends are the woods that surround my house, the creek that runs by it. Shut up! Shut up! Stay on topic. You're talking about how your stepdad built a bed out of the kindness of your heart. Get this out of your book, or at the very least, put it somewhere else. This is tonal.
Man, my stepdad's such a cool guy. He's a friend. But I don't trust my stepdad. I trust the woods more.
God.
So that was your only line. Consolation, you fucking killed it.
Oh, God. I hope he gets more lines now. Sometimes, oh my God, they don't leave me, they don't lie to me, they don't tell me who they are, and they never change. But Greg, I sure do wish that you would change. As in, you would change your status of being alive.
Not alive.
Yeah. Okay, Isaiah, you can also be a sister.
Hey, dork!
Belted my sister, who was no longer playing with the geese. Oh, hi, Joanna. What are you... Oh, hi, Mark. What are you doing? What are you doing? I said with a smirk.
Mark.
She replied,
None of your business, loser.
that was typical. Joanna being irrational. Why did she say hi to me if she did not want to talk? Oh, right, to call me a dork and move on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I read that as traditional, like a
Being
retard.
traditional. Joanna being traditional. I mean, well, that's the thing. Like, Krauser, you've never been in the U.S. This is a very common tradition among us.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Saint Death, Isaiah,
Yeah.
you're a dork.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, hi.
Yeah,
Hi, Joanna. What are you doing?
you're a dork.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think a fucking alien would have communication to that.
Hello, human person. You dork. You stupid.
Hey, stinker.
Let's do this shit on the road.
I wanted to go up the trail to the swing alone, but I felt a familiar wet dew on my feet, of course. I wasn't wearing socks or shoes yet.
What? It was Joanna being irrational. Why did
Hey, Daniel. Want to help me out over here?
My stepdad was trying to insert a section. Oh no, hold on. I gotta do this sexily. I gotta do this erotically. My stepdad was trying to insert a section of the bed into a supporting pole, but the teeth of the headboard kept wobbling around, making it a two-man job. My stepdad was a tall man, maybe 6'1". Yes, 1 plural inches. Thank you, Greg.
Yes, that inch really counts.
Oh my god! You know what?
Oh, please.
Yeah, I think, yeah. That's
Please describe his father more.
Okay. My stepdad was a tall man, maybe 6'1". He had a haircut like he was in the Beatles band, but the caterpillar above his lip threw the look off. I always admired how healthy he looked because I can't.
Please, you gotta finish it.
Especially that huge hog of his.
Most everyone else his age looked like they were well on well on their way to getting diabetes. Diabetes
or erectile dysfunction.
You know, to be honest, from the way you read it, if I didn't know fucking Gregory Boize daddy issue, I would have thought he would have fucked his dad during this book.
I think Greg loves his father.
Dude, Isaiah, that's you.
That's you. You have to reply. Oh wait,
You gotta go
reply
grab
with
shoes.
the dad. Oh, gotta go grab shoes. 1 second.
He replied
Dad like
with
frustrated.
just dad like frustrated but friendly voice. Who's saying all right?
Then. I don't know. It doesn't say who says who.
I'm just gonna assume that it was Greg because that's the only way it makes sense.
That makes a lot more sense.
Slipping on some shoes inside, I ran back out and pushed the teeth of the headboard. Wait, hold on a second. Earlier he was outside. Yeah, he stepped on the grass.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm having a stroke.
And then he slips on some
described
shoes.
his dad
And then he
in
goes
the
outside.
sexiest way possible.
It's like it's like I have dementia. All right. Yeah, here you go. You guys know those like dementia emulator or simulator videos they have on YouTube. Just read this book, and you got a good idea what it's like to have dementia.
Yeah, holy shit! I struggle to think normally, and I think I'll become a fucking clinically brain dead.
Oh my god!
Finish this thing.
Slipping on some shoes inside, I ran back out and pushed the teeth of the headboard in the associated slots so he could firmly put the side of the headboard into the supporting beam. My stepdad said,
Thanks, buddy. I'll let you know if I need any more help. The baseboard should be no problem as it's shorter, though.
Why is the line so sexual? What the fuck?
I laughed and hugged him. I'm going up the hill, Papa, I said. He replied,
Okay, kid.
Running up the hill, I got hit by a lot of stickers. Those are plants that basically get stuck to your clothes by hooking them on their sharp prongs or by otherwise having a natural adhesive on them.
Thank you, Greg. I never knew what a sticker was.
You know what? I'm going to look up sticker... Hold on. I just want to see something. Stickers definition.
You know, like
because
the
like the way
balls.
he words this, it genuinely sounds like he pulled it out of like Merriam-Webster or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that genuinely seems like something he just copy-pasted from a dictionary. It sounds so stale and impersonal.
Yeah, this is what I'm pretty sure he's talking about birds, dude.
Wait, birds?
Yeah,
you never. Oh, Krauser's never seen a bird.
out there in the desert with no burrs. You're on a horse with no burrs.
I'm pretty sure we don't have birds.
I mean, I don't know. They got like shrubberies and shit.
We don't have birds there.
Oh no, we do have like dead plants.
Like like look in VC, crowd. Look
Like little plants that get stuck to your
Like-
clothes.
These, like little birds, they stick on you.
Oh yeah, I fucking hate those damn things.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, okay. So
They
yeah,
do have
we
them.
get
They
those.
do have them in Iraq. Okay.
In Iraq.
Not the exact, not that exact book, but yeah, they do have them.
Is it,
By the way,
is it Iraq, or is that just like me being purple?
It's actually Iraq.
Iraq. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, if you wanted to say in Arabic or what?
No, What is the Arabic way of pronouncing it? Is it even called Iraq?
No, it's called Iraq.
Iraq.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to say that.
Bullshit. Iraq.
Yeah, you do not have the fucking vocabulary for that shit.
Iraq.
Um,
Iraq.
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 Iraq. Hold on. Iraq. Iraq.
Not even close.
Iraq. Right?
Iraq.
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 Can we go with this fucking shit?
Yeah, let's get on with
Okay,
this.
yeah. I'm gonna continue to say
We're
Iraq.
trying to-
I'm gonna say
Trying to
Iraq.
learn how to say Iraq.
I rock and roll, boys.
Oh, my
You
Lord.
know.
Okay, let's.
Am I gonna fucking voice?
So he talked about the stickers, and we got distracted. Me about
I
me
didn't-
trying to like they're just birds, right?
I didn't worry about the stickers at this point, however. It was the nettles I was afraid of. Those push little needles in your skin and cause the pretty significant... Oh, hey, it's Aya. Oh, he left. Oh, he joined.
Hello, hello, Aya,
Aya.
Aya, yeah.
Please, for the love of all... For the love... For the love of every holy figure, peace be upon them. Let's just do this.
Yes.
I didn't really worry about the stickers at this point, however. It was the nettles I was afraid of. Those push little needles in your skin and cause pretty significant pain. Oddly enough, I really don't give a shit. Nothing that's being said here really matters to the story. Getting past all the stickers, I was finally to it. The tree. The massive, beautiful tree with the hope hanging down just at the right length so you could swing on it without smacking your body into any nearby trees. What the fuck was that sentence?
What?
This is all one sentence. Getting past all the stickers, I was finally to it. The tree. The massive, beautiful tree with the hope hanging down just at the right length so you could swing on it without smacking your body into any nearby trees.
Just read that too.
This is why we have rules against run-on sentences.
Oh my god.
Oh, Christ almighty.
This
Climbing
was
up
bad.
climbing up to
Climbing
the
up.
black and yellow twisted rope. I grabbed on and began to swing around. Woohoo! I screamed almost every time. I was so happy to finally be at the place I belonged. It didn't matter I was wearing my pajamas still. It didn't matter that I was wearing a t-shirt supporting a non-Christian TV show. I wasn't at my biological dad's anymore. I was alone in the woods.
What does
I
that
was free.
have to do with anything?
There's a lot with the
No, it's-
character development.
Yeah, exactly. It explains how much the character hates his father. Again.
Actions for some reason.
What fucking character? This is just
character
what?
development, Krauser.
Hold on. This is what it would look like if you fucking peered into my brain and tried to decipher the thought I'm trying to have. This is just coherent rambling.
Yeah,
There's like
exactly. Yeah.
nothing here.
I know. This is so stupid.
Oh my god. Fucking hell, I almost spoiled the thing. Holy shit. Yeah, continue.
Suddenly I saw the face of my bully show up in front of my eyes. It was... Your bully, you have... Okay. It was Philip.
Bully.
And immediately after, everything went black. I felt a small amount of blood dripping down my stomach. My eyes were closed. Without opening my eyes, I rolled backwards onto my back. What? I opened my eyes and saw only trees above me. I was still outside, in the woods alone. The birds were chirping. The sun rays were peeking through the leaves and pine. The air was minding their own business.
The end was scroll.
I know there's a line that I missed somewhere in here, but still, oh god, why is the formatting like so fucking abysmal?
You know, I think it just improves it.
So do I. I think
Because it's less to read.
it increases the ha-ha factor.
Exactly.
Walking down the hill into... Hold on, how long have I been recording? I just want to know. Half an
You're
hour.
gonna have to do
Jesus Christ,
You have
half
to
an
do a
hour.
lot of editing.
Half an hour!
We're with me.
Half an hour, only like 5 pages in because we kept fucking getting distracted.
Because this story sucks! If it was good, I'd be reading it, but because it's bad, I'm not reading it.
Oh my god.
Walking down the hill and into the yard, Joanna said with her basic brown teenager haircut and her clothes that were too light for her plump body type...
Oh.
Krauser, that's you.
Yeah, Krause, you get to voice the girl.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Sorry, I fucking zoned out. Wait. plop something.
You
Oh my god. Oh my god, Doug. Are you gonna die or something?
I replied, yes, Joanna, I'm going to die. Don't come to my funeral. You would somehow make it suck even more. What? Joanna yelled back a fake laugh as I walked into the house. She had nothing else to say. What was that? What just happened?
That was a fake laugh.
Yeah, I think it's
Reapers. I read that as Rapers Creek.
So did I. I mean, honestly,
Yeah,
that's might as well be, dude. Might as well be.
Yeah, might as well be. Yeah, by the way, you chose like I have like the worst girl voice, so yeah, you chose fucking correct.
I think it's the best girl voice.
Object mode.
Oh, God. Looking.
Yeah,
Oh God.
Krauser's
Yeah, I-
object long before this.
yeah.
Dude, I just want to finish this chapter for God's sake.
Yeah, yeah. My fucking face.
Alright,
Krauser.
Stepping across the wood floor, my mom painted white as a result of our cats peeing on the former carpet until it was unbearable to have around. I walked into the bedroom, now putting pressure on my wound. What?
Huh?
So Philip fucking whacked him on the head. And he's like, owie, ow, I'm bleeding. So he went to the house.
So he went to the house, and he like described ad nauseum
Onision.
why the floor was painted white.
Yeah,
Oh my god, I fucking completely forgot about Philip. Holy shit. Oh yeah,
I
that
took
fucking
off-
guy. Oh.
God, I took off my shirt and threw it in the tiny trash bin. Looking into the bathroom mirror, I gazed at my own face. Same Daniel as always. So this is actually the main character's name, Daniel. Oh my fucking... Everything in this book is conveyed so horribly. Like,
Hold on.
I genuinely believe that, like,
Okay.
it was written by some
Wait.
old man going through, like... This was actually written by, like, an old man, like, 90-something years old, pedophile, like, while he was going through a dementia, while he was going through, like,
it's
while he
just,
was
like-
having a dementia-ridden breakdown, right?
I
And then
think
Onision just
Onision's
swiped it and published it.
He's just like perpetually going through a midlife crisis. You have to understand.
He is a midlife
Hold on.
crisis.
My
Hold on, hold
Patreon.
on. Hold on. You know what's even more weird? Fucking Isaiah's first line was Greg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because, like, at the
Yeah.
time he wrote this, Greg was his name. And then...
So now it's Daniel.
Yeah, now it's Daniel. Now the main character's name is Daniel. And now Greg's name is Daniel, apparently.
Yeah, Greg is Dan.
You're Daniel.
What?
You heard me.
How could you? But
Oh, good night.
let's hear his description of himself,
Okay.
please.
Sharp jawline, acne on my face, bushy eyebrows, and abnormally tall for an 11-year-old. What? He's 11 years old. This man's building himself to look like... He looks like... He's building himself to look like the Giga Chad, but just with acne. My brow...
So Greg is 11 years old. Remember Joanna, how he fucking described her as fucking plump with a fine ass?
He did.
Oh,
well, he didn't say
God.
fat ass. But he
did
did
not
say
fat
plump
ass. He did say
body.
plump, though. My brow...
So they're
okay.
both...
Is this the Onision book about the school shooting?
This is the only Onision book to not have a school shooting.
It's an improvement. So,
The hell it is. My brown hair was so boring. I thought about dyeing it all the time, but my mom said I was too young. She's right.
yeah.
Looking down, I could see my wound. It was actually incredibly superficial. Maybe the sharp stick I had fallen on when I blacked out had hit a Yeah, just bring up something that wasn't there before. Why wouldn't you? I imagine if I was hit somewhere else, I would have at least dug deeper. Time for my favorite part. Pouring Time for my favorite part. Pouring hydrogen peroxide on my wound and watching the science project explode in front of me? What?
Oh, cool.
What? I don't know what that means. I
What
felt
do
like...
you
He's trying
hydrogen
to
peroxide on your
He's
leg
trying to
and
clean
have
the
bubbles.
wound. Yeah.
Apparently, I haven't used enough hydrogen peroxide in my life. Who knows?
Yeah, it does bubble
Yeah.
up on you.
Well,
On
like the
the
thing is,
hand.
what I do is like I put it on a cotton ball and then I just like press it on my wound is what I do. So I don't really like look at any I don't pour it
Yeah.
onto myself. I feel like that'd be a waste.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
It kind of is.
So I never really had the time to observe that.
Well, remember, who this character is. They're an idiot.
Yeah.
So
He's... Oh my god. I felt like I had enough outdoors for that day. It was time to retire to my bedroom and play video games the rest of the day. My game of choice, Metal Gear Solid...
Bruh.
This man really just sullied the name of... Oh my god.
It was for vengeance. He was playing for vengeance.
I hate this book even more now because it references a game that I unironically enjoy. Metal Gear Solid. Maybe I should be playing that instead of reading this. A game that had been unwittingly programming my worldview, causing me to prematurely judge and reflect on aspects of our world I would not have considered until I was at least an adult without it. Okay, how?
Mom gets home at 5 o'clock.
What I'm getting here is that like he likes Metal Gear Solid, but he doesn't know what it's about because he refuses to tell us. Like I genuinely think that's the case. He just doesn't know what it's about. He's just pretending to be smart.
My world was opened by a video game.
Mom gets home at 5 o'clock.
Oh
my!
God.
Finally, we did it.
Oh,
We made it through one chapter.
made it for chapter
Oh my
1.
god.
Chapter 2.
That was awful. I want to die. I want to die. I want to die.
Cold glass smack.
Isaiah, you do it.
Oh,
I want to die.
my lord. I hope I get conniptions during this. My mom was getting... Let me get a little water in me.
Yeah, read this. Yeah, read this story about an 11-year-old boy as if it was 50 Shades of Grey for me. Isaiah, do it. Just do it.
Do you really want me to?
That's your natural. That's how you always read stories.
That's not how I always read stories. I was just reading it like that because of the Gardevoir.
Okay, read it normally. Read it normally.
My mom was getting home a little late. Wait, my mom was a little late getting home. Traffic.
My mom was a little.
My mom was a little hoe.
My mom.
She,
My mom
she
was a little
threw-
girl. What they say about the Oedipus complex really is true.
She threw her keys on the table. Wait, table.
Table. Why should I pick this up on the table?
like that?
You wanted to. Go
Why
ahead.
is it,
No,
why is it just a
table.
why is it just a fucking... Okay. Like, there's just a dash in between. What the fuck? She threw her keys on the table and hugged her
Table.
husband, my stepdad, Donnie.
No,
How are my kids? Wait, who wants to be the mom?
I'll do it. Oh, sweetie, how are my kids?
My mom asked. Papa replied, "These little rascals, they're alive." My mom glared at Papa, clearly not satisfied with the bare minimum requirement that we'd not die on his watch. My mom proceeded to telling us to fend for ourselves for dinner. With her matted down dyed red hair and basic makeup smeared all over her day's work, she was off to take a shower and spend the rest of the day watching VHS movies on her 13-inch in her bedroom, laying on the custom log Papa had made her.
What? What does any of that have to do
There's
with anything else?
There's no fucking comma, so I had to read the whole damn thing.
How, like, 13-inch TV, custom log bed, how will this affect LeBron's legacy? How will this affect the legacy of LeBron James? What effect does this have on any of the story?
He's setting the scene, so let's...
He's setting the scene for a room that we're not going to be
think
revisiting any
setting
point
the
later on in
scene.
the story.
I don't think anyone will fucking remember it, and it's not going to be referenced whatsoever later on.
So
Wait, hold on. What's Joanna
Chekhov's gun?
Joanna walked into the front room and yelled through the door. It's my mom asking.
No, I'll be Joanna. Well,
I know you're Joanna.
Yeah, I'll be Joanna and the sister.
Okay.
We already know you're Joanna Krauser.
Oh. Hey, Mom! Can I go to Uncle Matt's house for the bonfire?
My mom screams back.
I don't care!
So Joanna immediately smiled and ran off to get her jacket.
No, that's you.
Oh, is that me? Is that me? Or is that...
Yeah, that's not you.
You're playing as
I want to do
Greg.
I'm gonna do my own little voice for Greg. I'm gonna see if I can make him sound like Ben Shapiro.
Oh, please do.
I want to
Oh
go.
my god.
So hypothetically, for the sake of argument, I want to go.
Oh my god. I screamed after Joanna. Joanna replied,
Yeah. Just stay away from me.
"Ice." I smiled and ran to get my own coat as well.
So,
Our
so is,
neighborhood
is,
was,
is Joanna wearing a burqa now that she's Muslim?
I guess Joanna's wearing a burqa.
Yeah, okay.
Our neighborhood was
Sorry,
a quiet
I don't
place.
know what to voice together. I was trying to do a fucking Beverly Hills. The worst fucking thing. It's terrible.
This is awful.
Our neighborhood was a quiet place. We lived in the middle of nowhere. Our neighbors' houses were a good 1,000 feet from one another, at the very least leaving us to easily mind our own business at all times. The creek ran through a small village. Mostly family members were in the area, which is why my mom had clearly no problem with us running over to a bonfire after the sun had already gone down.
Okay.
To get to my uncle's, we had to cross a bridge that was falling apart. It had a board with giant nails punched through them. Boards were quite parallel or made up of metal cables.
What?
Don't tell them what I'm doing. Tiny wires wrapped around one, slowly rusting over time. To say the bridge was not appropriate for a child as young as myself would be an understatement.
Like just
After
just go like what is he going through? Like is he going through a creek or something? Hold on, what?
I think they're traveling to their uncle's house or someone's house for a bonfire.
They had to cross a bridge, but they're not really saying what the bridge goes over. Like it could be going over a creek, but it could also be going over like a little like a ditch or something. In
Yeah,
which
it could
case,
be
like
going.
either way, they could just cross it. Like, have you seen how wide a creek is? It's not that big of a deal to cross a creek, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. I want to practice my Beverly Hill girl voice.
Beverly Hillbillies.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever, Stephanie. Fuck, no, that's worse. Whatever.
Oh my God.
Whatever.
Oh, Kaz are trying to do a Valley Girl voice?
Yeah, my accent is way too thick for that shit.
We
Yeah, I
are
think-
California girls. We are fabulous. I'm gonna fucking shoot myself.
Whatever.
Please.
God damn
Whatever.
it. Ah, damn it.
Like, gag me with a spoon, like
Gag me with a
Grody.
spoon.
Yeah. I think I'll stick with this fucking. I don't know what the fuck this accent is, and hope that that the people watching don't fucking want to kill me.
It's an Iraq
You're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate
accent.
it. Yeah, can you give it like the most fucking Muslim accent you can?
Yeah.
Like, just like as
Talk normal.
heavy.
Oh,
Yeah,
No.
talk normally.
I think I'll just talk normally if you want to fucking know.
No, you gotta do
Yeah.
do your accent, but to a stereotypical extent.
I have to read this in an essential way. With the
Oh, I hate you.
after crossing the slippery bridge in the dark, we could see the bonfire. People laughing, clearly already mostly intoxicated.
Cool.
My mommy trusted my family, but considering how much alcohol ran through her bloodline, I'm not sure why she would at this hour. The night was mostly uneventful until one of my uncles offered me some so one of my uncles offered me some whiskey. I was mostly opposed to drinking alcohol and drugs in general.
Yes,
But
I too am very
Sweet.
opposed to drinking drugs.
But I was even more worried about drinking off the same bottle as my uncle.
What?
Strangely enough, I am more anti-germs than anti-drugs. I am really anti-drugs.
Okay, cool, good for you. I don't care.
Come on, Daniel! Take a sip! My uncle screamed. He was the oldest of all the kids in my mom's immediate family and lived across the creek from my uncle Matt.
Oh, okay, so it is over a creek. You just walked
Yeah, it
through
was
the
over a creek.
creek
You
is
know, I don't know why
nothing.
he just. Yeah, I don't know why he just said, "Oh yeah, we just crossed the bridge over the creek to get to our uncle's." He was like, he had to say it's a slippery bridge.
I think what he's trying to get across is that he lives in squalor or something like that, but like from what he's described so far, it seems to just be a normal suburban home, you know, like it's
I don't know. I was gonna say like a bit more like on the rural side,
yeah.
suburbia. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you need to a little bit more hit to the head to understand the magnificent genius of onion boy over here.
You are correct. It's not that the story's bad; it's that we're too stupid to comprehend.
I guess so.
Yeah, it's even it's even too stupid for me to understand. I'm like fucking borderline retarded.
Yeah.
My other family members around the fire got quiet as soon as I replied to him.
Wait, shit. Oh. No.
but my uncle did not like this answer and said, "What are you? Some kind of wussy? Take the whiskey." I said,
Sir, look, listen. I really don't like the fact that you're trying to patronize me right now. No, I don't want any.
my aunt just looked right at me and said, "Come on, Daniel, it's just whiskey."
Come on, Daniel, it's just whiskey.
Come on, Daniel, it's just whiskey.
It's literally just varying the pitch with fucking the uncle and the aunt.
Come on, Daniel, it's just a whiskey.
That's so fucking bad. I sat there, silently, angry that otherwise good night was turning into an awkward situation with my own blood, and trying to infect me with a lifelong addiction.
What?
I saw what it did to them, and I didn't want that to be me. My uncle hollered, sitting opposite me at the bonfire, Here! As he threw the bottle to me. I didn't even try to catch the bottle and it smacked against my knee. Ouch! Immediately, I jumped up and yelled.
I said no. Why did you have to ruin my night?
Before he could respond, I stormed off the bridge to go home with extreme teenage angst. My sister
At
Joanna
only 11 years old.
My sister Joanna was at my uncle Matt's house, so she didn't see what happened. She didn't want to hear what they. She didn't hear what they said, what they screamed after me as I walked away. And I was so upset I didn't process what they said either. Full of rage, my whole walk home seemed instantaneous, despite the walk being about a quarter mile in distance. It's not very far.
Scroll.
Stood there, brewing, staring at the knee that had been impacted by the whiskey bottle. This would only further my frustration with people who drink alcohol.
It's like every time he gets pissed off, I just want to read it in the. You guys watch those videos of the guy reading the Francis E. Deck videos.
I think
Like,
so.
there is no escape from this worst gangster police state. Like that's like whenever he gets mad, that's the voice I'm imagining.
I would have understood if it was at least drinking age, but they didn't care, and my mom trusted them. Why? My head slammed against my pillow, right next to the blaring furnace. I heated my whole entire tiny house. The burning gas-filled sound was a welcome relief from the disappointment I felt for my family that night.
Like if this kid, like if they really want to, like, this kid's sleeping in the boiler room. Why don't they just like put the sisters together in one room and then he gets another? Like, is it like, are these people at a point where it's more like? It's more like their dignity is less important than making sure that everybody has a room to themselves.
It's just like they're just a little bit more well off than Elvis Presley's. Just a little better.
Oh my god.
Like they have this kid living in a fucking laundry room, like fucking Harry Potter living under the stairs.
But like
Yeah, Harry Potter. Yeah, Harry Potter. If he was a giant narcissist.
oh god.
It's like Narcy Potter, absolutely.
It's like Harry
Like,
Potter, but I'm gonna like
it's
punch
like-
him to shit.
It's like an 11-year-old that fucking developed a narcissism very early on. Just a fucking very... Just like a pseudo-intellectual retarded character.
Pseudo-intellectual
that's unappealing.
at age 11. Like no 11-year-old
Like
thinks
he
like
literally,
this.
he literally said, "Oh, I played Metal Gear Solid. I'm smarter than the rest of everyone else."
Like I think the reason Onision is writing this 11-year-old kid to like be such an intellectual, I think there's two reasons for it, right? One, he wants everybody to think that he was an intellectual at 11 years old, and two, he wants to build a case. He's basically trying to say that children are smart enough to consent.
Like his character literally just comes off as a smarmy little shit.
Because that's what he is.
Absolutely.
Gino, I love the fucking choice of being Ben Shapiro because every now and then I just imagine a fucking miniaturized Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, yes, that's what it's like, dude. Oh my god.
Like a mini
Just-
Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, this show is like so much fucking better with just imagining.
You're just imagining he's
fucking
Ben Shapiro as a kid.
Oh
yeah.
god. Oh
Yeah,
god,
yeah.
I have to. Oh,
Yeah, well, I fucking imagine him wearing a suit and wearing like a short. You remember? Have any of you watched the anime Conan?
oh god,
Conan?
we have to. We
No,
have
I
to.
haven't.
Alright, Krause, we gotta go on with this. We gotta go on with this,
I'd
Krause.
love to hear about Conan ad nauseum, but like this is a story
No,
we're
no,
trying to read.
I knew if I was an adult and I saw another adult trying to get a kid to drink alcohol, I'd throw them in the creek head first. But no one did anything. No one defended me. My eyes closed.
How could this night hypothetically get any worse?
I thought to myself, not realizing the night was not over yet.
What?
My dreams owns my sleep, and my soul.
That's hot.
They were about.
Oh wait,
to
no,
take
he's
me
11.
to
I
a
can't say
place
that.
I had never taken before. Oh my god!
Oh
about
no,
to say something
his
vile.
dreams were gonna molest him.
So
Something.
hold on.
Something was very different. I felt a chill to my bones. I woke up in darkness, no longer in my bed. I was in the middle of a massive nothing. No sign of walls. No sign of a room at any kind.
I'm
Just
pretty sure, like,
silence.
I'm pretty sure walls implies that there is a room.
It's apparently a room.
It's just a
I
room
could
with no
hear.
walls.
I could hear a crackling noise, but it wasn't with my ears.
What?
It was like a It was like a noise you remember, but this was playing in the back of my skull.
What?
It just went to like a shitty fucking creepypasta immediately.
That's actually. Oh my god, you're right.
went
That's
to
what
touch.
this is like.
I went to touch the back of my head when I was interrupted by another non-audible noise. Fart reverb sound effect number 3.
It
was a
was
voice.
a non-audible noise.
It was-
A non-audible.
Yeah, I sent the picture in the audio.
but it was
Yeah.
speaking a language I had never
so like
heard
Ben
before.
Shapiro as a kid, just like
Yiddish.
Conan.
Yeah, yeah. Just imagine the main character looks like
Oh
that.
god almighty.
I'd never heard Yiddish before. I looked up and saw Warp's face. It wasn't at this point I knew. I was not in my world anymore. You gave me the best chapter, by the way.
Yeah, no problem. I was in a dream. Of course you were.
Despite the Warp's face now beating closer to my eyes than before, it remains hard to make out. Like my eyes were sleepy, causing an intense blur, but I can only see their body clearly. Their long, skinny legs, their stick-like arms.
Oh my god, it's Slender
I
Man.
could even see their spine protruding out and hunched forward, despite me not having clear sight of their back.
Oh, Slender Man's got scoliosis.
In dreams, I can hear this. I can hear things most can't hear. I can see things most cannot see.
What?
I have no explanation. Cognitive abilities in this sleeping state.
What?
This alien figure spoke what I could only remember as a sharp, aggressive whispers. I was paralyzed, unable to escape. A perfect victim for whatever the creature wanted to do to me. This was what a fly would feel like trapped in the spooder web. Only I couldn't even struggle. I was paralyzed physically and mentally. The alien,
Slender Man has scoliosis and he's an alien?
and he tried to eat my ass. Down the sides of my throat.
Headline in
He's on the-
tomorrow's paper. Young boy's ass eaten by Slender Man with scoliosis from Mars.
Horribly wrong.
Florida.
Down the sides of my face, not my throat. And shortly after lined up one finger up to the front of my throat. I began to feel a piercing sensation, but it was accompanied with the sensation that he literally just said you were being choked. I was being choked as the alien pushed their finger into my neck. I could see from another perspective within the dream. They had submerged half their finger under my flesh, as if my soul was outside my body. I could see myself being impaled by this cold gray creature.
So he was like astral projecting within a dream.
I guess he's astral projecting as he's being fucking like.
Dude, he's in Hyperborea. He's unlocked the gate to Hyperborea. This is what happens.
He's being tortured by a creature of the first seed.
Yeah, this is what alien pussy does to you.
So this alien creature is just poking his throat right now, just through his fucking.
Do you think?
So this creature. No, Krauser, we can't say that.
No, do you think like he's just like poking the kid's throat because like
he's just poking his kid's neck and his fingers going through his neck?
Do you think he has like some kind of like this alien scoliosis Slender Man has some kind of like autism or something? Yeah. And this is like one of his like textile therapy sessions. He just grabs a soul from the human realm and just pokes at its neck for a little bit.
Pokes him a little and chokes him a little with his finger. And
this is how Hyperboreans interact with us in our sleep. This is how autistic Hyperboreans interact with us while we sleep.
God. Oh my god. My eyes turned black as it began to choke up a mud and ash like paste out of my mouth. Good morning!
Oh, that's me. Good morning! Good morning to you! We're happy, so happy. Good morning to you, hoo-hoo.
Who fucking wakes her kid up like that? My mom saying in the most irritating way to get me up every other morning. I looked over at my bedroll, and there she was with my lunch packs, my backpack in her hands, clearly indicating I was going to be late for the bus. Time to go to school.
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was the alien fucking singing.
I thought it was an alien too.
Do you have any idea? I'm sorry, Krauser, but I don't think we can make that scene. I don't think we can make that scene any stranger than it already is. Alien Slender Man, alien autistic Slender Man with scoliosis, living in Hyperborea, pulls this child out from the aether, and as a form of one of his autism therapy sessions, he just pokes at his neck for a little bit, and then after that, he starts singing "Good Morning."
Good morning. It's almost like fucking. I don't understand this book. I don't understand this book sometimes.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Okay. I got
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
You know what? While I was waking up, fucking wakey hands off, Snakey.
wakey hands off. That's how my dad would wake me up. Actually, that was pretty funny. Because like sometimes as like he would let me watch some episodes of My Name Is Earl, and that's that's where that was from. Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
You remember when he was like, "Rise and shine, hands off mine." Randy, hands off mine.
I'm not gonna lie, that was so fucking weird. So I took a second to look up a picture of Conan, and then when I fucking came back, fucking Greg was being fuck-faced by an alien, face fucked by an alien.
Alien Slender Man with scoliosis and autism.
It's actually Daniel.
It's Greg. Fuck it.
Greg Daniels.
Greg Daniels was being assaulted by an evil creature in his dreams.
Oh my god. Okay. Under any other circumstance, I would hand this one over to Krauser, but the problem is that your Wi-Fi connection isn't the best.
Yeah, Krauser, you're BunkerNet. Okay.
I thought it was Detonator.
I'm sorry?
I thought it was Detonator.
No, it's literally your internet connection, Krauser. I was telling you.
It could be a combination. It could be like everybody's internet is shit and yours is just, a little bit shitter.
No, Krauser's is horrible because he lives in a third world country.
Isaiah, you are a third world country.
Way to soften the
YouTube.
blow of having shit internet, you know.
Yeah, fuck you. He had black eyes. The walk to the school bus was so cold. The gravel covering the road up the hill to our stop creaked and crunched under my feet. I didn't understand why it was already so cold, but I just came from Ohio, a place I only knew for it is 90 to 100 degree summers and blazing humidity. What?
Yeah, that's Ohio. Did you not know that?
I mean, yeah, it gets hot as shit here, but that's not what we're known for.
That's what Ohio's known for. You're not a real Ohioan, okay?
I'm not a real Ohioan. All right, let me explain to you the socioeconomic status of the city of Cincinnati and why it is actually, in fact, integral to the economic status of the whole planet. Like, that's what everybody in Cincinnati, like everybody in this city, they will stop you on the street. They'll be like, "Hey, you want to hear about how Cincinnati is an integral aspect of worldwide economics?" And if you say no, they're going to tell you anyway. The cold breeze, the gray skies, the place I... Oh, give me a second, I gotta... The cold breeze, the gray skies... The place I knew to be everything became a faint memory after being in Ohio for only a few months, yet it still felt like home. My cousin, Rochelle, was at the top of the hill waiting for the bus as well. Joanna and I remained silent as we walked up. For once, I'm going to break the bench of hero. "Hey, Michelle," I said as our quarter-mile walk came to an end. Here's Michelle. Is Krauser just gonna play all the girls?
Because there's just simply other women's.
Alright, so Michelle and Joanna.
Give her like a bodybuilding Arab voice.
I wanted to give her like a stereotypical black lady voice, but I don't
dude.
think I'm talented.
And I was just give her a stereotypical like black dude voice.
Hey, yo! Hi, Greg. Hi, Joanna.
It's not authentic. It's not authentic. Come on, you know what it's missing. Michelle replied. Michelle had her bangs cut in a straight line. She had dirty blonde. I can't say Michelle without like thinking
about
like,
Michelle Obama.
Yes.
Yeah.
Michelle had her bangs cut in a
that's
straight
right.
line. She had dirty blonde hair and freckles. She was always kind of geeky looking kid. But because we were only a year apart in age, we hung out a lot. It's Joanna.
Hold on. What was the voice I gave her? Hey, yo! How long have you been? Wait.
Joanna was asking.
Joanna's your bad girl voice, and Michelle is
It doesn't really matter.
No. I'll try the gangster voice. Yo, how long have you been waiting, fool?
Joanna asked Michelle. And then Michelle, who also has a black voice.
Wait. Oh fuck! my brain jumbled. I thought it was Michelle. Yeah, about 9 years. It feels like.
Michelle replied. The bus came around the corner moments later. I looked to Michelle and said, "Oh, that's right. I had to do a bench of here." I guess we got lucky with our timing. She immediately replied,
Shut you. Oh.
Suddenly, the bus exploded into thousands of pieces. Michelle was littered from head to toe in shrapnel and went flying over the side of the hill. Joanna was screaming in horror from her own wounds as Michelle jolted around, spitting up blood and screaming, oh, wait, no, that's you again, Michelle.
Vacation? Wait, vacation? Wait. Is she trying to say evacuate?
No, she's saying vacation. I mean,
Vacation.
Is that what vacation means? Is it like vacating the premises? Fuck.
I don't think so.
I know. God, I know. I should apologize. That didn't really happen. But I imagine stuff like that all the time. A complete non sequitur. Who the fuck cares about anything that just happened? The bus
And he imagine fucking Michelle going, vacation now.
Oh my god, Onion, your sense of humor is so random and funny, XD. You imagine Michelle Obama screaming vacation when a bus explodes. You're such a fucking... I know, like what I'm saying is like contradicting the whole autistic Slender Man with scoliosis. But, like, like that was like slowly built up as we read something absurd. Like if you're trying to write a funny book or a funny moment in a book, what you want to do, you don't want to do random access humor right there, because that's just the lazy way of doing things. That's what we do. We're lazy. Don't be like us.
Yeah, and it doesn't really work in a book because
That is true.
yeah, because a lot of the absurd humor kind of relies on like gags and like visual stuff. You cannot fucking betray in a book.
Yeah, like a lot of like quote unquote random humor, like a lot of what that depends on too is timing, right? You can't really do timing in a book. It's just
Random humor doesn't work in the book.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
Vacation now, fool.
vacation now. Boo,
So-
boo, boo, boo. Yo, get a one-way ticket to heaven for vacation. Boom, boom, boom.
I'm sorry if I'm if I'm a little bit disjointed. I'm like it's like 5 a.m. where I'm at right now.
Did you sleep or did you just wake up?
No, yeah, it's just I'm like I have a hard time speaking, but and I'm really like this without and shit.
Okay, so
But
you were up all night.
Yeah, kind of.
Why doesn't Onision just have like fucking all these different names?
Like he just got like a fucking baby name book from
Like James Jackson or Greg Daniel.
James, that was his name. Yeah, he fucking Gregory fucking changed his name to James.
Yeah. And then James was the main character of the second book. No. Yeah, the second book.
Yeah, fucking know your onion boy lore.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The stops are the bus pulled up and took us to school. Just like I remembered, the smell was the same. The stops are basically the same, and the school itself looked the same. Ocean View Elementary. I'm not sure why it was called that, considering massive but distant mass of water. Some of the teachers were waiting for us as we climbed off the bus. Maybe they just wanted to see what we all looked like, despite having no idea which of us was going to be appointed to each class. What? The first day of... You know what? I'm not going to lie. I'm really thirsty and I'm out of water. Isaiah, do you want to take over for a little while?
Love to. The first day of school was so far what I'd expected. Orientation. We met with this curly, brown-haired lady. She was to be my teacher for every subject the entire year. I had the unfortunate realization that I was to be in the same class as Heather Simpson, a girl who had hit on me the entire year prior. She would follow me around the halls, out on the playground, and everywhere there wasn't a boys only sign. Heather was built like an Amazonian woman.
I'm a Missouri child.
An Amazonian child would be only bulkier. She had blonde hair, blue eyes, and despite how that sounds, was a pain to look at. Maybe it was her crooked teeth, or maybe it was her bad breath. One
Hold
could
on, did it-
easily
hold on,
smell from
did it-
many feet away. Let me finish my sentence, guys.
Hold on. Didn't he describe like 3 fucking females as blonde hair with blue eyes?
No?
That feels very familiar.
Maybe it was in his different books.
I don't know. They're all jumbled in together.
Like Michelle's dirty blonde. Joanna's Mexican. Heather Simpson is like some big, beefy child.
Blue eyes and blue
She's
blonde
like
hair.
she's like a little She-Hulk. Where is it?
What up, bitches? I got the cigarettes.
So she has. So yeah.
Okay.
So I explained some blonde girl that's like bulky and has horrible breath.
Amazonian child, basically.
Yeah, an Amazonian child.
Amazonian
After-
child. Wow, okay. Okay, I see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Heather was built like an Amazonian child.
I just finished that.
Mhm.
So it's after a lot of time killing, pretty much.
Okay. She had blonde hair, blue eyes, and despite how that sounds, was a pain to look at. Oh, that's right, you just fucking... I'm retarded.
I just told you I read that, silly.
I know. Shut up, retard. After a lot of time killing, our teacher finally released us for lunch. Then recess. My favorite activity to take part in on the playground was the swings. I liked to swing as high as I could, then jump off. There was a ton of sawdust, so I didn't really have to worry about falling on the ground. Who cares? Today I wanted to get further than any of the other kids, so I swung back and forth as hard as I could, but I landed short of the boy next to me. So I tried again. But again, I landed short. What? Climbing back on, I thought about what happened last night. How angry I was at my uncle, how none of my family was there for me. And I felt like I lost a sense of any limitations in my body. I swung forward, then back. Repeated, Jesus fucking Christ, why am I so burpy right now? Hold on.
Burpee boy.
Are you sure there's not a fucking green slender man with scoliosis putting his finger in your mouth?
I put my finger in my throat. He's trying to tease all the little air bubbles upwards so I burp them all out.
It's the curse of Greg Daniels.
Repeated in a way I barely remembered. Quickly after I was on the ground.
Wait, hold on, I gotta pee.
You have to pee?
Just go pee, Krause.
Dude, just use a bottle, get a cup, you're pissing your pants. Nobody cares. Get a diaper.
Use a hijab.
Maybe you shouldn't come. Yeah, no, don't worry. Yeah,
Just go pee, Krause. Go pee.
It's gonna be 5 minutes.
Alright, let's continue.
Okay, fuck. I swung forward, then back, repeated in a way I barely remember, and quickly after I was on the ground, touching the very edge of the border of the swing set area. In other words, I had swung so far I nearly bashed my head in the pavement just outside the safe, sawdusted rectangle floor. What? Okay. Oh, no.
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh, it's David.
Oh my god! Daniel! That was insane! You were like a bird!
That's perfect, actually. That's perfect. A voice came from the side of the playground. It was my friend David. This was the first time I'd seen him since last year, and I was immediately filled with joy. David! I screamed as I ran over to him immediately, going for a high five. David returned my excitement and lifted his hand for a mutual high five. A mutual high five? You mean a high five?
Yeah, it's just a high five.
The Department of Redundancy Department. Oh, Krauser, are you back?
With the wild women in.
It's Krause
Krauser,
flushing.
he's back. He's flushing the pisser.
I'll fucking piss her out, you fuck.
That's weird, Krause.
Oh yeah, so we just got introduced to David.
Yeah, David's here now.
Oh, we got a new guy or what?
A
David.
new
Okay.
character, new character. The character David in the book.
It's David.
Okay.
Wait, I screamed. Yeah, I screamed. Ran away.
We got
So
Where were
they just high fived.
yeah, I screamed and ran over to him immediately, going for a high five. David returned my excitement and lifted his hand for a mutual high five. I felt Jesus Christ, those two sentences.
Oh, come on, you can do it.
Like, who in their right
on,
mind
Jeno.
would look at
Come
that
on.
and then I felt a wet splat on my skin and realized I missed a key moment before we slapped hands. He had licked. He's my friend, but he's
Scroll.
disgusting. What?
He licked his what?
He licked his hand.
So yeah, he licked
for
his hand.
high-fiving.
That's
Yeah, I know he licked. I know he licked his hand, but he didn't fucking tell us. He just he licked.
He licked, yeah.
He fucking
he-
licked his cock.
So he,
Yeah.
he said there was
Honestly,
a wet slap
like
and
knowing Greg, I wouldn't put that past him. He would probably write that
Yeah.
sort of thing.
He would, but it kind of explains what happened. So like, David licked his hand, and he fucking had Greg going for a high five, and it was a nasty high five.
Gross David. Gross David. I yelled, and David replied, not with words, but a laugh followed by a snort. David was wearing a yellow and oh my god. David was wearing a yellow and maroon horizontal striped shirt. Dude, he's Chris Chan.
Fucking Chris.
What?
He has a yellow and maroon horizontal striped shirt. That's some shit that Chris Chan would wear. Honestly.
Chris would wear that.
As usual, he was about 2 inches taller than me. On off days, he would be about 5 inches taller. had darker skin than me and had his dark hair cut like he didn't have a care in the world. What does as usual... Never mind.
I saw your sister today, Daniel. She's hot.
David belched. I replied, "Can you never say anything like that to me ever again, please?" David again snorted, laughing, like the guy lived to trigger me. Trigger! He unironically used the word trigger. That is upsetting.
Detonator, can you... Detonator, can you fucking voice him like Peter Griffin?
Like Peter
No,
Griffin.
I already have a good voice for
Yeah, your voice
David.
for David is already pretty good. As we tried to catch up, the bell rang for us to come back in. David went for another high five, but I just ran away screaming, "No, David!" As I walked into the classroom, the teacher announced to us that she had already gone through the material for that day. She concluded that we should move on to start one subject of our schooling early, so that we had more time for a butterfly project in the coming days. Onision writing about kids and butts. Nothing new.
Mm-hmm.
The subject we were to cover today was science, more specifically dinosaurs. What? Okay, like... Hey kids, we're gonna talk about science. We're gonna start on page 1, dinosaurs.
This is a day I will remember
This-
for possibly
this is
the rest of my life.
This is a day... Oh, good fucking God.
I love that
This
line.
is a day I would
love that line
remember for
so
probably
much.
the rest of my life, as I was about to see something I had already seen. Oh, okay, hold on. As I was about to see something I had already seen. Something I never wanted to see, but had been forced into the experience. The sight of it again and again. I'm gonna fucking stop that. No, that's just weird.
Oh my lord.
My
That-
teacher-
Yeah, that was.
What is...
Bro, what the fuck?
That was. Yeah,
That
that
was
was.
so strange.
That is
What
some,
happened?
why is that? Why does that sound familiar?
What the fuck happened? We were talking about dinosaurs! Dinosaurs!
You shouldn't-
Damn
you shouldn't
right
have
we were
said
talking
swords.
about
You shouldn't have-
dinosaurs.
you shouldn't
Dude,
have made
open the
dinosaurs
door.
Weird.
You know, it's the dinosaur. That you know that video with the dinosaurs 69ing. That's what I was talking about.
No, it's not true.
Dinosaurs.
That never happened.
Dinosaur office.
Roar. My teacher pushed in the VHS, and at first everything seemed normal. It was a generic film about the reptiles that lived on Earth long before humans. No big deal. But the narrator began talking about a concept that had no real scientific value that I could think of. He asked the question, what if a human was combined with a dinosaur? Who fucking cares? Hearing this, I immediately scoffed. You are 11 years old. You should be all over that idea. Am I the only person? Like, if an 11-year-old heard that question, they'd be like, oh my god, that's so cool. Dinosaur-human hybrids, that's epic. Like,
You know, that's what would be like. Oh, that's pretty interesting.
You say a child will find it impressive. I fucking find it impressive. I was like, oh,
Honestly,
it's actually
yeah.
kind of cool.
like, I'm 20 and I hear that and I'm just like,
Dinosaur
oh, that's
D-Day
interesting
players are
yeah,
wild.
Me when I play Ark.
yeah, honestly. My condescending reaction was muffled quickly by the image they showed after. Wonderful purple prose. It was the alien. They called it a dinosaur-human DNA splice, but it was in fact identical to what I dreamt of before. Okay, so Slender Man is part dinosaur?
Slender means a dinosaur
Slender Man's
alien.
a dinosaur. I
Bastard
knew it.
child.
I knew it! The face that haunted my imagination was realized in the physical world. Whatever the fuck that means. This was the first time I had seen anything like it with my own eyes. Immediately, I stood up and left the classroom. The teacher didn't remember my name yet, so she yelled after me. Who wants this one? Any one of you. It doesn't matter.
Student!
I ignored her and walked toward the principal's office. I was lost. Oh, hold on. I gotta get my creepypasta voice. Give me a second.
Freaky caca voice?
Creepy
The
caca,
big
yeah.
cool man. You won't be
DPP Kaka voice, come on.
Fuck off.
Yeah, you won't be laughing when he finds you. The big cool man.
I was
The
lost
pee-pee, the-
in horror and thoughts of how the rest of the class reacted. It was like none of them had seen him before. The alien. Why was Why was I kids?
I think like when they cut it off, it just sounds so much better. Hey, Cousins, who's gonna be joining us in a little bit?
Why was I kids? Why did they show that to me? As I walked into the principal's office, the plump, short secretary wearing a tacky flower dress. God. This is like My Immortal,
Like I
where
said-
like he immediately describes everybody's outfits upon meeting them.
No, only the women. And
Only
also,
the woman, yeah.
Like
No,
I said-
no, because
like I
he described Davis's or David's Chris Chan shirt and Sonic
Oh, yeah.
medallion.
That was a pretty base shirt.
but also, like I said, aggressively horny.
Really, yeah. The
Oh,
plump, short
God.
secretary wearing a tacky flowered dress immediately asked me why I was there. Rarely do kids wind up in the principal's office area on the first day. It's not wrong.
I need to call my mommy.
I replied, I need to call my mom. And I did. To my disappointment, but not my surprise, my mom was away at one of her many jobs. What? She doesn't have a cell phone with her or anything? Like, this was written in, like...
This is before the times of cell phones.
This was written in, like, 2010... Or 2018. Why did I want to say 2010? This was written in 2018, like...
This is before the.
Oh, that's right, we're in dinosaur
guess-
times.
Honestly, I'm gonna guess this is like around like early 2000s or something. I don't know.
Cell phones are a thing. She should, like, if she has multiple jobs, she should have a, like, a
I
phone
remember they
on
live in
her,
like a shit shack.
I don't... I asked the secretary with tears beginning to fall down my cheeks. Can I stay here till my... Can I, hypothetically, stay here till it's time to go home? The secretary saw I was struggling and incredibly uncomfortable, so she called the principal out of her office. Who's the principal?
What's your name, young man?
Said the principal as she slowed in her approach toward me. Oh my fucking god, this is
Oh,
a
never
lot.
mind. Sorry.
Alright. I'm Daniel. I just want to wait here until the bus comes home, and then I want to go home. The principal tried to get me to explain what was wrong, but I didn't want to talk about it. They called over to the class and had a student bring me my belongings from the room I abandoned. There, I waited till the buses were ready to take me home. I didn't talk to my sister, or my cousin, the entire walk down the hill. As soon as I got through my bedroom door, I closed it and planted my face in the cheap foam pillow. I was going to wait until my mom got home to say anything. My mom was my safety, the only person I thought who could protect me. I relied on her for everything, and I knew that if I had anything... Jesus fuck. I'm trying to, like, actually read this. And if I knew I had... And knew if I had anyone I could talk to about it, she was it. Like, this is going against, like, pretty much everything we've observed so far, though. About his mom, like,
Loves his mom.
she's kind of a bitch. She kind of, like, doesn't care about her kids. It's weird.
Well, they literally explained why she was like, okay, just go over there. Like, because they're going to a family's house, you know? I guess that's, like, a reason not to care, but, like, I don't know.
Dude, whatever. That night for dinner, we were having lentils and toast. My mom had... My fucking god. This is how you can tell I'm getting frustrated. My mom had put food in the crock pot to cook all day while she was at work. This is common for us, as we didn't have a lot of money, and food like this was inexpensive.
How was school, kids?
My mom asked all three of us. Christina, my eldest sister, remained silent while Joanna began her usual rant about anything and everything involving her outfits, her hair, her friends' appearances by comparison to her own, or anything else involving her reflection. Greg! Glass fucking houses. After Joanna was done talking about the most superficial of topics, my mom turned to me and asked how I was. I replied, "The teacher showed me a picture of an alien on a video and I cried."
Fucking.
My mom's face went from curious to angry in seconds. She replied,
They showed you a scary alien at your age.
I replied, "It had dark black eyes, scales, and it had no nose, but it had tiny holes where its nose would be, and they said it was a dinosaur human, but it looked alien." My sister Joanna laughed and said, Joanna, that's
Wow. Sounds awesome.
I, sociopath to
Like a
me.
bitch again.
I sociopath
Scrolls.
to me. I never understand why she thought my sadness was a laughing matter. My mom spoke again,
Well, I'll have a talk with your teacher.
not even having the emotional strength to nod. I just sat silently looking at my food till it was clear to everyone that I was done with dinner. After I put my head on my pillow for a final time that day, what? My fears became realized. The creature I dreamt of before had more strength than ever. He was here now, waiting. In the I'm fucking done.
That for tonight. Is it? Are we gonna go for one more on
Your
me?
move. Get on with the duel.
All right.
Unless you want to stop. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with that.
We can stop after 4 chapters. We can do
stop
4
after this one.
chapters each time. Yeah.
Yeah. Which chapter is this?
This is chapter 4.
Okay, then cool. We'll do this. Then we're done.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were done. Yeah, sorry.
Hole in the wall. Krauser, shut up.
Sorry.
Don't care plus ratio plus your.
Ow.
It had been it had been 4 months since I saw the distorted alien's face screaming out to me through the VHS in my classroom. We had already completed the butterfly project and were consuming our times with basic math, spelling, and some reason playing Oregon Trail on our Macintosh computers.
What? Why?
Yeah, they're using
fucking cares?
using Macintosh, but
If I ever
it's
saw
some
that,
ancient shit.
if I saw that green alien with scoliosis,
I
I
saw
would stop
that-
it.
If I saw that big black scary alien staring at me in the corner through my home, doing the thug shaker,
If I saw those big black balls, HD 320p, I would run for the hills.
big,
Until it's nothing but a green
A brown white stain.
Oh.
stain had appeared in my underwear. David and I have been hanging out almost every recess since the beginning of school. Out on the playground, David asked me one day, "Hey, can I take the bus home with you?" I replied,
Yeah.
"What? What was?" Krauser screaming when it's supposed to. With a little shake in my voice, as I was not sure if my mommy would approve.
What?
As we arrived home, my mommy was not there. She was at work as usual. David would giggle at everything my sister said while walking down the long gravel road to my house. It was obvious he was basically into every other girl he came in contact with.
Glass
Michelle
houses.
would just look at her shoes and kick her rocks. She didn't really have much to say to us normally. She was always somewhat of an introvert. I can't fucking do that.
What? Okay. All right.
Yo,
all right.
what do you call that?
Is he okay?
It's the most gay voice for for the introvert character.
So the introverted character. Oh, okay. I get it now. No. So she's basically like so introverted to the point where the moment somebody threatens her, she immediately just pulls out the 45 and just bap, bap, bap.
Exactly.
Fool.
Once we got home, David looked at my bed above the washer and dryer and laughed. "Oh my god, that's awesome! I have to share my bunk bed with my brother. You just have to share yours with the whole family's dirty clothes. Ha ha ha!"
Oh, that's hilarious, dude. Please keep
I
joking.
looked at him sarcastically. Not sure if he was seriously complimenting my situation or not. Just then we heard a car pull up outside. Shortly after, we heard a girl laughing and hollering.
I'll do this one.
Bye, Mom.
David and I looked at each other. David had a huge shit-eating grin on his face. It was as if I love girls, give me girl. It was written ear to ear on that kid.
Oh.
What was that?
Oh Lord. Waiting for this. Who's Maria? Waiting for this. Oh, Mara.
Mara. Oh, is that
Mara?
my just voice? Is that Marge? The Marge
I have
voice
no
that I just did
idea.
is Mara.
I think so.
Cool.
Mara just showed her fucking both. As the door frame was blocking our view of her, David giggled again as she walked through the door. It was just some random girl with the biggest boobies I had ever seen.
She's like, she can't be any older than like 12 or anything.
I didn't
I-
find her attractive, but David could be heard loudly gulping. Gulp. So I could only imagine that was his type of thing.
Okay, so David's
the
into
fuck?
Oppai Loli.
Yeah, David likes some big.
He likes
Big
Oppai
booty.
Loli.
So is this girl supposed to be like older or?
So this would be one of his sister's friends, obviously, and his sister was like, he said was like a year or so older than him, so she'd have to be like 12,
The older
13 at the
teenager.
most. Yeah.
It's some teenager, and from like a perspective of an 11-year-old, he's just fucking like, oh,
Dude, no. Like, from the perspective of an 11-year-old, somebody who's 2 years older than you isn't really all. Well, okay, well, yeah, no, it is. Never mind.
it's you're gonna be staring.
No, it is. Yeah.
Mara was wearing a neon shirt, blue jeans, and had curly brown hair and freckles.
What the fuck is Mara?
The one who
I
just
don't
showed-
know.
Hold on,
She
I'm
just
sorry.
got introduced.
Isaiah, give me a second here. Could you read that
Am I too
description?
loud?
Could you just read the description of Mara one
In
more
a
time?
sensual way. The Mara girl was wearing a neon shirt, blue jeans, and had curly brown hair and freckles. She
Joanna
probably
began
isn't.
Joanna began her usual rant about anything and everything involving outfits, hair, her friends' appearances.
Oh my god.
Hmm. I wonder if Greg, I don't know, might be doing a speck of projection of his own psyche onto his characters. That's just a guess.
She probably isn't what you're imagining, as she came off as more of a bandit than anything else.
I actually
David
thought
stared in
that was-
awe at the girl's breasts till he punched him in the shoulder. He giggled and said, "What? Sorry, haha."
Stop.
Pulled him back into my tiny room to play video games with
Tiny
me.
room.
When my mom got home, she was surprised to see Joanna and I both had friends over. Joanna shared her bedroom with Christina, and I shared my bedroom with a washer and dryer. So there was no room for anyone to really sleep in. Come, fashion
Come fashion.
in either of our rooms. Despite this reality, my dinner was so suggested that my mom let both of them spend the night. My mom agreed, and we most all wound up on the front room, floor and sleeping bags together. Mara was the only one who slept on the couch. David could not stop obsessing over Mara and her giant breasts. But fortunately, he was also a moron. After everyone turned out the lights, David began loudly building to a plot to somehow get Mara and his lips to connect. Are you sure that's all he's planning?
That's it, man. He just wants to. Ugh.
Just wants a kiss. David said, "Hey, oh my god, hey, dare me to kiss Mara?" to me, and I replied,
David, no, not even hypothetically.
he said again more loudly, "I'm gonna go over there and kiss Mara on the lips."
David, you
Fine.
you need to stop being a pervert. There's a passage in the Bible that actually explicitly talks and goes against the kinds of things that you're trying to plot. I suggest that you actually read it.
Yet he did not listen.
Of course, he didn't fucking listen.
Giggling, he said, "I want to kiss her on the lips. I'm going to do it." Mara then loudly said,
Excuse me? Homie, what are you doing?
I immediately replied,
Oh, David, you idiot.
The room remained silent for the rest of the night. The next morning, we all ate cereal and went right back to school. So they did this all on a school night? Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
honestly, I always wanted to do that when I was a kid. School night sleepover was cool, but like, I just don't see why.
I don't think I ever... I think
Like-
the only time I did a school night sleepover was like when my parents were out of town.
Like I can see it, like, you know, like David is just over and then like he stays for a while and just fucking whatever. But like this Mara girl feels like it was like an actual, like, parents dropped her off for a sleepover kind of thing, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
you don't really do that on a school night Unless it's like,
You really
oh
don't.
shit, you stayed up, you were at our house for a long time and it's past curfew. Oh fuck. I don't know, whatever.
It's like, oh, they want to spend a night, blah, blah, let's go nights.
So,
But anyways, let's get back to it.
yeah.
The next morning, we, blah, blah, blah. David wore the same clothes as the day before, but he was used to it. Mara had brought clothes from home, hence why her mom had dropped her off. So she was already ready.
Yeah, so she was ready for... Like...
At recess that day, Philip, the school bully, was waiting for me on the playground.
I love how, like, we have a story where, like, Hyperborean, green, autistic, slender men with scoliosis come to diddle this kid in his sleep. And the only thing that I actually am having a hard time comprehending is that they had a sleepover on a fucking school night.
They just had a sleepover at school night. That's usually like...
Like, the
no
aliens...
parents usually would do that, though. That's the thing.
That's... Whatever, dude.
And we're saying this is unrealistic while there's fucking alien bastard dinosaur child fucking staring him down.
I don't know
and
what's
poking
wrong
his
with me,
neck.
dude. I'm
I'm
in dire straits with this book. Holy fuck.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Waiting for me. On the
I'm pretty
playground.
sure we started.
Yeah, giving me grief throughout the year, but none so great that was
Dude, let
huge
Krauser
problem.
talk, you ass.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that's the IQ melting. Yeah, that's not the story. It's just
Oh, yeah.
we're having a hard time comprehending it as we go along because we are losing
Losing our fucking
possible too.
minds, dude.
our cognitive ability.
I'm at a cognitive... Yeah. Oh my god. I feel like I'm dying. I genuinely feel like I have dementia just reading this.
Fuck. He had given me grief throughout the year, but none so great that was a huge problem. He had teeth into his mouth like dice, shrugged, and walked away, leaving them as they fell.
What?
As far as Philip's height, he was about an inch shorter than me.
Who was Philip again?
Because Philip's a bully that, like, kicked him or
Okay,
something, and he got,
okay.
like, a stick poking him.
Krauser, you get to be the bully.
Hey, ugly.
Screamed Philip in my direction. I ignored him.
Oh, sorry. You know... Oh no, that's Philip again, sorry.
Krauser, this is your line.
Krauser!
Just sorry. Fuck. Where was it?
It's like, you know I'm gonna beat you down. Oh my god.
Oh, sorry.
We're in the same paragraph, dude. We haven't even scrolled.
So, you know, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you down one day, smooth skin.
Obviously
Oh
struggling
my
out.
god. I'm gonna beat your smooth
That's
skin.
good. Okay, that's good.
That's
Sorry,
perfect. Oh my god, that's beautiful.
Just get this
Yeah,
to,
so-
like the most fucking scraggled voice.
He's a bully. He's a bully.
Yeah, sorry, I got distracted because someone from the servers was messaging me.
Oh, okay.
I can wait. Yes, obviously struggling. However, his mom or dad treat him at home. I continued to ignore him. I had no interest in making my childhood more screwed up than it already needed to be.
I'm not even gonna say.
How is this show?
I'm not gonna say glass houses on that one. That just speaks for itself.
Oh lord! Like
Wait,
off in the distance. Wait, what?
no, you're gonna say something. I wanted you to say it. But...
I was just reading the book.
Okay.
Off in the distance, just past Philip, I saw a girl. One I had encountered a few times before, but she stood out today more than normal. My mom always taught me to be strong, to say what I feel, stick up for myself. This came into play when people with approaching people I was interested in as well. Walking past Philip as if he did not exist, I approached the girl and said,
Hi, I'm Daniel.
They both turned to me and said,
I'll do this one.
replied,
Aubrey.
She was very short, and had perfectly straight hair and bangs that cut somewhat like Go Figure Beatles. Go Figure.
Just say that
Beatles
she has a
again.
bowl cut. It's not that hard.
I don't understand. The dark brown hair, pale-faced Aubrey was spending time on the playground with her friend Amber. Amber was blonde-haired and super skinny. I thought the both of them looked so friendly and nice I wanted to hang out with them more. But the
Okay.
bell had rung and it was time to go in. On my way in, I had noticed Philip was red-faced and enraged. I had ignored him this entire time. But he was a bully, and I had no concern being a social hero for a bully.
Wow, what a fucking righteous. Oh my god.
How righteous. Philip had the same class as me now, as he had repeat problems with students in his former classes.
Oh, wait a second.
Phil
Isn't this
was-
like the second day of school or something?
Yeah, it's the second day of school.
Like the second day of
So
school.
they had
they
to
already-
sleep over on the first day of school, and now this is the second day of school.
And
Okay.
on the second day of school, this guy has apparently had enough problems in a class that they had to move.
I guess so. What the hell?
Uh,
This is getting really generic. It's like hit all the tropes, dude. It's trying to hit all the tropes. It's bad. It's just bad. Philip was clearly upset that day, more than usual. As the day progressed, he kept interrupting the teacher. When the teacher finally confronted him about his rudeness, he told her to go F herself. Only he didn't say F.
What?
What the fuck?
Mind you, this book is later going to have like a sex scene between two underaged people,
Oh,
and he can't bring
no.
himself to say fuck.
You can't spoil the book. You
And
spoil
the man
book.
can't bring himself to say
Bro,
fuck.
what the hell? That was the main plot.
That's the main plot. You have to edit that out. You have to edit that out.
Sex
now.
with children. Yeah, sex with children. That's the main point of this book.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
exactly.
you actually followed up on that? You actually spoiled it too.
He continued
Huh?
to scream at the teacher, throwing a childish tantrum into it.
Oh my god, he's autistic.
His Asperger's. So the teacher decided to call him to the main office for help. It was incredibly awkward. Seeing the principal herself with an assistant. Oh my god. Come to class and drag Philip out of the room. Kicking and
He
screaming.
actually has like Asperger's.
Like
or
this kid has
something.
like
Oh my
he
god.
has some behavioral issues or some stupid
Like,
shit.
that's not like a hey dweeb, give me your lunch money. Like that is actually just like he has autism.
Yeah. When you make kids with autism the bullying class.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. It was incredibly awkward. The rest of the class just felt tense and numb after he had left. Oh, there's still some more.
I wouldn't see Philip until decades later when he was traveling with his friend Lenny.
Oh no, that's you can't reference that. Philip's nothing like that. The entire time, Philip was screaming and cussing at the teacher, and I wondered why. I wondered what was going on in that dirty little blonde kid's head.
The
Wait,
little dirty
it's
blonde
his head.
kid's head.
That's so weird and stupid, so I'll read it the fucking wrong way. The little dirty blonde kid's his head. After I got home, the entire night felt different than usual. Seeing someone's life come apart like that, it kind of reminded me how good my own life was. I wasn't happy to see Philip dragged out Klaus, nor the dirty blonde kid shaken in horror as Philip yelled. But during the whole time,
Wait, what blonde kid? Did I just space out, or like did he actually like?
no, it doesn't say some fucking. It's missing out where there's a blonde kid. Okay,
Okay, cool. I guess.
what a bad. Okay.
What an amazing book that I'm too dumb to understand.
What are you talking about, Death and Air? This is a masterpiece.
This is a work of art. I'm sorry, Krauser. I could never diss it.
This is a work of art in the same way that a fucking urinal, like torn off of the wall, is a work of art.
It's like eating a urinal cake.
Okay, like actual like real talk for a second. The that modern art piece, right? There's just a urinal that the man pried off of a wall. Do you think he could actually he could get sued for plagiarism? Because he didn't make
I don't know.
that urinal. All he did was just pry it from a wall and put his name on it. Like,
That is true.
Like the company that made that, they could have fucking sued him.
They really could have. Okay.
I'm not really familiar with that, but that does sound very artistic.
Well, yes, but we're talking about art, not
Art.
mental disabilities.
Yeah,
The hell?
like I said, artistic.
My emotions were hearty. I wasn't afraid of Philip. I just felt sorry for him. What a little shit.
What?
The glass house.
What?
The glass house. Oh my lord.
I'm okay. All right.
Fucking acting like a fucking little bitch. Then saying, oh yeah. It's so bad. Sitting alone in my room, I was lost in thought. Like, this is a kid that freaked the fuck out when he saw, like, the alien
Yeah, but he saw
fucking
oh
dinosaur.
my god. Yeah. He freaked out a little.
It's like, I feel sorry for Philip. Oh my lord.
I wasn't afraid of Philip, unlike the Hyperborean Slendermen who visited me in my sleep.
Oh my god. Oh, good Jesus.
Poked at
Sitting
me as a
alone
form
in
of
my room,
textile therapy or tactile therapy or whatever the phrase is.
Oh my lord. It's just oh. Sitting alone in my room, I was lost in thought. My imagination consumes my senses. I could see Philip crying alone in a room, screaming at his papa on the other side of the door. Philip's house. From the top of the corner, I saw his mother, high on drugs, sitting in the front room with
Oh,
only
what?
static playing on the television.
What?
Hey, stop imagining my life, Spoosket, to make yourself feel better about your shitty one.
Like this kid is like actually just having a fantasy
just-
about how his bully has a shit life or his parents are horrible people. Like that's not.
He's just like
I mean,
projecting his fucking. I don't know what's
well,
happening.
it's not just that, but like I know that like what Greg is trying to like he's saying that his character feels bad for Philip, but honestly, I don't think that's the case. Like I genuinely think that he wants us to think that the main character is better than Philip for being for not living in those bad circumstances.
He's like saying like Philip lives in a shit circumstances, and he's like,
Yeah, whatever, man.
just yelling back at Philip through the door. Philip, kicking the door, punching the wall, doing whatever you want on the inside. This is it's just all imagination now. I hope his life is much better than these fleeting thoughts. Off to my dreams again.
Ugh.
But it's just stupid, dude.
Oh,
it's
thank
just
fuck it's
stupid.
over.
Wow, what is wrong with that Spoosket? You just stared at me for an hour.
And that'll be the end of chapter 4. We're gonna have
That's
to
where we're gonna end it.
have
Jesus.
to wait to get to
Face
chapter
down, children!
5.
I'm just
Oh,
done.
Oh my
man.
god, the next chapter. Okay, the next chapter is called Face
Don't
Down
ruin
Children.
things, crowd.
Oh god.
Don't spoil it.
Hold on. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, this is gonna be good.
Oh, I think I'll put a
Well,
little sticky note on this.
that about wraps things up for today. Jesus fucking Christ. Alright, Jesus Christ. Remember to dislike, leave a hate comment, and unsubscribe so you don't have to see any more of this bullshit in your feed anymore. I'll see you guys on the other side.